but will vote for Trump if he doesn't. Senator Bill Cassidy believes Trump is likely to be convicted in the classified documents case and should call it quits now. I'm Tyrone Bowman. This is Tyrone Bowman Tonight. According to Vanity Fair, as you've no doubt heard by now, Donald Trump is currently facing 91 felony charges against 4 separate indictments, all of which he's pleaded not guilty to or will shortly. While there are many Republicans who think the cases against him are bogus and that he'll ultimately emerge victorious, a select few believe they actually have merit. Take Louisiana Senator Bill Cassidy. Over the weekend, he declared that the federal documents case against the ex-president is so strong and that Trump is so likely to be convicted that he should drop out of the race now before he loses to Joe Biden. But hey, if the former guy decides he'd rather stick things out, Cassidy will probably cast his ballot for someone who may be a convicted criminal by election day. Speaking to CNN on Sunday, Cassidy called the classified documents case against Trump almost a slam dunk, arguing that the 45th POTUS should call it quits with regard to his second-term ambitions. I mean, you're just asking me my opinion, but he will lose to Joe Biden. If you look at the current polls, told CNN's Casey Hunt, if it's proven, we may have a candidate for president who's been convicted of a crime. Cassidy said, adding Joe Biden needs to be replaced, but I don't think Americans would vote for someone who's been convicted, referring to the other contenders for the GOP nomination. Cassidy told Hunt, I think many Republicans on that stage in Milwaukee would do a better job than Joe Biden, and so I want one of them to win. If former President Trump ends up getting the nomination but cannot win a general, that means we will have 4 more years of policies which have led to the very high inflation and to many other things which I think we have been deleterious to our country's future. Then, because it's the goal of the modern Republican Party to make people feel like they're taking crazy pills, Cassidy, one of 7 Republican senators who voted to convict Trump after his second impeachment, implied he nevertheless cast the ballot for Trump should he become the nominee. Even if he is, in fact, convicted of 1 or more crimes, I'm going to vote for a Republican, Cassidy said. Cassidy, of course, is not alone in his ability to, in one breath, condemn Trump and say that, of course, he'd vote for him in the general. Former Attorney General Bill Barr, who regularly insists Trump is unfit for office and that he clearly committed crimes, has said that he would still vote for the guy. I don't believe them. I believe both of them are liars. They're just saying things publicly to save face. Meanwhile, former President Mike Pence, on whom Trump sicked a bloodthirsty mob during the Capitol riot, remains unable to say the words, I won't vote for Trump. Speaking of Pence, he suggested over the weekend that people should take it easy on his ex-boss, per HuffPost. Former Vice President Mike Pence dodged when asked if he would apply the same standard to Donald Trump that he used when he voted to expel a Democrat from Congress 2 decades ago. Pence, who is now running for the Republican presidential nomination against his former boss, was responding to a question from co-host Jonathan Kerr on ABC's This Week on Sunday. Kerr reminded Pence about his vote to expel then Representative James Traficant, a Democrat from Ohio, from Congress in 2002 when he was a member of the House after Traficant had been convicted on 10 felony counts of bribery, tax evasion, and racketeering. If Trump were convicted on any of the 91 criminal charges he currently faces across 4 cases, Kerr asked, would you hold that same standard for the White House? Pence responded by saying that it's Congress's job to determine membership where there's ethical violations. Hey, he's a hypocrite. But at the end of the day, if you're saying, would I apply that to my former running mate in this race? Look, I think that needs to be left to the American people. Y'all think I'm kidding. I cannot make this stuff up. All I do is do my homework, I do my research, and I report the facts. I'm Tyrone Bowman. Never surrender, never quit.